Hi, Michael. Welcome back. How's things going with you?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, it's good to see you. I went bushwalking the other week up at Kentland in Campbelltown. It was great to get out of the house. I did some meditation by the lake, did some breath work. Oh, man, it was great to get out.
Fantastic.
What about yourself?
Yeah, been moving around, doing some face-to-face teaching again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You been double vaxxed?
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Can't teach about it.
Yeah, it's a pain, isn't it?
Oh, well, I didn't mind. I had it done in August.
Yeah. What you get? I got AstraZeneca.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it's just a pain. You got to go to the coffee shop. Oh, you got your vax pass. I have to
Oh,
pull it
yeah.
out all the time, man. I'm sick of it.
I got it on my Service New South Wales thing. So it
Yeah,
just comes.
me too.
So it's easy enough.
It is.
Doesn't
So has the symphony orchestra started back up, or are they still on hold?
I don't know. I think they're doing some stuff. Yeah. But
Yeah, the opera house has lost a lot of money, Michael.
Oh, it'd be huge, yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
hard to get that back. Very hard.
Yeah. Well, I think they'll all be, doing capacity stuff next year. But
Mm.
there's a few things on, but not much. Yep.
Like I think there was Keith Urban was supposed to come out to Australia this month, but I think he's cancelled. It's too much fucking around with the borders. Oh, they book a show, but then there's no point if it's going to be a stuff around to get in the country.
No, you can't afford to do it. Yeah.
No, man.
No. It'll come right next year, probably.
Yeah, I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So what's happening with you lately?
Oh, I did a big thing for the Microtonal University.
Yeah, you were saying about that last time. How was it?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it went really well. So it was horn and trombone duo on Zoom. So we're both in different locations and zooming in simultaneously. But it came up pretty well, and there were two pieces up. One was horn and electronics, and the composer Jacob Elkins put that up online, and the other one for the horn and trombone, and the composers put it up on Bandcamp and YouTube, and he just made it sound a little better than Zoom does, which admittedly wouldn't be that hard, but so it came up pretty well.
No, I'm glad you did that. We're able to pull up a concert that is microtonal music.
Well, it was touching. I mean, it was getting problematic the week leading in. We'd had me and the trombone, Gregory Vanderstruik. We'd rehearsed like 9 times without a technical hitch, and had some colleagues come in. Then I dropped my laptop like on the last week and smashed the screen.
Oh no!
So fortunately, I had a spare laptop around, which I don't use that much, and it was Windows rather than Mac. So I didn't know my way around, so I couldn't get the settings right for a couple of sound checks with America, and they were almost ready to pull the plug, but fortunately I got it together and figured out the settings right, because everything's set up on the Mac. I've had it set up and it's been working, for the last year fine, but suddenly I couldn't find this and that on the other. Each system's just fine, but you just got to know your way around.
Are you going to get another Mac or what's?
Oh no, it's got fixed. It's all good now.
How much do they charge you to fix the screen?
It was about $600.
Shit.
Oh well, that's what it is.
Was this done through Apple or?
No, I got a prior guy who runs a computer store, and I know him reasonably well, but I think that's just what it costs to get a screen.
And did he do a good job? How do you feel about it?
It's looking terrific now, and so I got so much set up on this laptop. I didn't want to have to muck around, and I mean, imagine if I'd had to buy another one. It'd be $1,400, $1,500. You know, it's better to keep it going for another couple of years, I reckon. So.
Also, too, I'm noticing, you know, if you keep software updating on the Macs, they start to slow down if they're the older models.
Well, they don't have the what do they call it, the CPU to cope with it.
I've stopped updating, Michael, because it just takes up so much room.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Unfortunately, it's really hard to increase capacity on a Mac. You end up having to buy a new one with a bigger hard drive and more of this and more of that. Whereas I think the Windows-based ones, you can, just get somebody to go into the guts of the thing and add more capacity and update it that way.
Yeah, more RAM and memory.
Yeah, and the faster CPU and all that stuff.
You can't do that on the new Macs now. They solder them in.
Yeah, no, they don't like you to do that. Yeah.
That's not fair.
Well, it's not fair. Yeah, so that's the problem with the system. So do you change to the Windows just because of that, or put up with it because
these AirPods too, and apparently Apple's got their new headphones that are like $700.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw it on Amazon. I don't know if they're going to be out, but I don't know. It's all money making.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Other than that, I had some problems with my Dorico 3.5. I was trying to write for a little short film scoring competition, and the video, it just kept crashing.
Oh, did it? Damn.
Yeah. And the video was just glitching, and then I put it onto Dorico 3 on my other machine, and it worked fine.
Yeah, right. Maybe again, it couldn't cope with so much processing on Dorico 3.5 and the video together. Might be something like that.
Yeah, well, I've got to send a crash report off to Dorico, but I think maybe there might be a bug in it, or they've got to update it.
Well, it's best to send the report, and they'll at least be able to deal with it over time. And I was thinking, if I get another Mac, I'd probably need to get a MacBook Pro or something just to be able to cope with those sort of issues.
Oh, it's just a 3-minute video.
Oh, no, it should be fine.
And on my other MacBook Air, it was Dorico 3 because 3.5 was the upgrade. All right, I'll just have to send the crash report off if I can do it.
Yeah, that's fine. See what happens. Yeah.
That's all good. The score and that's all ready to be submitted for the competition anyway. Yeah, it'll be up on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, did a piano piece.
All right.
That was fun.
Yeah, cool.
What about you? You still writing?
Yeah, I just released a piece for a solo horn with pre-recorded horn quartet. So it can be done, sort of live as a soloist, or it can be done. It's also on all the streaming services, as a complete thing. So yeah, no, it's good fun. And that's a nice little 5-minute piece.
No, that's it, And things I've been busy too,
Oh, that's good.
Done 200 episodes of the podcast, just hit 200 episodes on YouTube. Now the next step is monetizing the podcast.
All right, how are you going to do that?
What's sponsorship, mid-rolls for advertising.
Right.
Affiliate marketing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I've just hit 1,000 plays on Anchor, but that was a nice achievement.
Yeah,
I'm very happy. Yeah. And Spotify now, is allowing to video cast. So I can publish the video to Spotify as well.
All right.
Like Joe Rogan does.
All right.
You thought about podcasting?
No. No, it's just time. It's just, what are you going to spend your energy on? So, no. I'll leave it to people like you. You can fly the flag of the podcast flag in the music industry. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had some great guests. You remember Star Trek Next Generation?
Yeah.
Yeah, Clyde. I had an actor called Clyde Kuzatsu who played in the first American Dad in 1999. Okay. It's on YouTube, so check it out. We talked about the what's going on in the acting industry now about all COVID testing and all that.
Yeah, right.
It was very interesting.
Yeah. Well, they have to be up with the front line, as it were. Keep everyone working if they can.
Yeah. But what about you? Do you have an agent, or are you going to look for an agent one day? Because I am.
I employed an agent to promote a work.
Yeah.
Early in the year, but I haven't. Other than that, no.
How'd you feel they helped you?
Well, I had a couple of interviews I didn't expect, and that sort of thing, and an article in the Cut Common magazine, and that sort of thing. So, stuff that I wouldn't have been able to achieve.
Yeah. Did you get any paid work out of it?
No.
Ah, bugger. That's what we want, paid work.
Well, that'd be good. Pay for our time. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, have you been entering into any songwriting competitions or scoring competitions?
I did a couple. Yeah, I got a third prize in something, and there wasn't any money in it.
Yeah, I got first prize. Remember, and they didn't give me 10 grand. I wanted 10 grand instead.
You did you?
Yeah, upgrade all my equipment. I would have put it into my equipment, but next time. But it's good to just enter into as many things as you can as well.
Well, just to keep active and find, just only enter if I've got something that's already done. I don't like to. I don't have the time at the moment to do something on spec. So if it's a different instrumentation than I've written for, I just think, well, I don't really have time to put it all together. So, yeah.
You still meditating?
Yeah.
You still on Insight Timer?
No, I haven't really used it. No.
Yeah, you got to use it. I use it. I use quite a few.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you subscribe or?
Yeah, yearly.
Okay. Well, you get a lot out of it when you subscribe, I would think, and plenty of people you can connect with. And
well, see, they're not letting how do I say? Because they don't have advertisement, they lose money, you see, but they don't want that, because that's how companies make their money through advertising, like Facebook. I mean, if you subscribe, you can download, you get the courses, but even if you don't, you still get to watch the live streams, meditate. That's what I like about it.
Oh, yeah, whatever works, keeps in that headspace. And
I resubscribed to Disney Plus, and I've been watching a show called Mars from National Geographic. It's like talking about, astronauts one day are going to land on Mars in the future. And they've actually literally simulated it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those binge-worthy shows too. And, so I've been watching that. I've been watching a show called Brickleberry, which is quite funny. It's like adult cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like cartoons. Are you a cartoon person?
Not really.
What do you like?
Sci-fi.
Yeah, but this is sci-fi. I'm watching the Clone Wars by Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I've been watching the show called The Expanse.
Nice. What are you watching it on?
Amazon. And another one called Foundation. That's on Apple TV.
Yeah, I tried Amazon and Apple TV. I didn't like it. Disney Plus was for me. You should watch the Clone Wars. It's got fantastic scoring in it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Star Wars. I tried to watch Rise of the Skywalker, but that was boring. Turned it off halfway.
All right. Did you watch The Mandalorian?
I've got to check that out. That's on my watch list.
Okay.
Yeah. You seen episode 3 of Star Wars?
Which one's that?
Revenge of the Sith.
I'm sure I have. Oh, yeah. A long time ago, yeah.
No, that's very clever film writing.
Yeah. Oh, well, they know how to put things together, that lot, for sure.
How do you feel about Darth Vader, in your opinion?
In my opinion,
Yeah, like, what do you think? If you had the choice between a Jedi and the dark side, who would you go with?
I'm still for the Jedi. I'm still going Jedi.
You'd be a Jedi, but apparently the dark side's more powerful.
I don't believe it.
You don't?
No, I think they're imagining it. That they can feel it. It's more. It feels more dense, I reckon. So it feels like you've got the power, but the light side is not just about the visual; it's about how it feels. You don't feel so burdened, so weighted.
Well, Chancellor General Grievous is a very good character. You know, that machine. That's some clever. What do they call it in Hollywood when they build characters? I forgot the name. That's pretty clever costume or character. Anyway, like, you remember the last scene of Revenge of the Sith where Anakin jumps and he gets his legs chopped off by Obi-Wan?
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
I was on a podcast. We were talking about this. I said, "Why would you jump? You should have just accepted defeat and just accepted it, and not get your legs chopped off and turn into machine." What's your opinion on that?
Well, I think the will to live was too strong. It didn't live under any circumstance, you know.
Like Obi-Wan could have just killed him on the spot.
It could have, but that wasn't his way, was it? No.
No, Revenge of the Sith is probably one of the most interesting movies you could watch.
All right.
You seen it?
Yeah, but it's a long time ago. Long time ago.
And then you would have been around when Star Wars first came in cinemas too.
I was. Yeah.
How'd you feel about the first? Wasn't it Episode 4?
Episode 4, yeah. It was pretty exciting. But my favourite was Episode 5.
5?
Oh, yeah. All the scenes with Yoda. Yeah.
Yoda's good. If you watch Yoda in the Clone Wars is better. They do the cartoon. It's got more action and fighting in it.
Right.
You know. But see, Luke Skywalker, he wasn't that strong.
No, but he developed over time, you know. You got to see Episode 9 to figure out how strong he is, you know.
Like when Darth Vader and Luke first met in a duel, Darth Vader was just going easy on him.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was just a youngster, you know.
But it goes to show Star Wars is political.
In what way?
Chancellor Palpatine, you know, pretends he's good, but in secret he's working with Count Dooku.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the Sith all along. Kind of what we experience today.
Yeah, plenty like that.
So that's what I've been watching.
Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah.
You know, and Mars. Speaking of SpaceX, do you think we'll land astronauts on Mars one day?
Oh, yeah. That'll happen. It just, it depends. It's just the timing, you know, putting everything together. Heck of a lot of money, heck of a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
Problems to sort out, you know, a lot of problems to sort out. You know, are people really wanting to go and do a one-way trip?
Do you reckon it'd be one way or return?
Oh, one way. And at the moment, I don't think there's any way they can get a return properly yet.
Like, you remember when they landed on the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was young enough. I mean, yeah.
How do you feel about the moon landing?
That was amazing. I was just transfixed by it, you know.
Yeah, there was a third astronaut, Mick Collins.
Yeah. And driving around, yeah.
It was actually Australia because I think they got lost in space in Australia. They had a satellite in Australia somewhere that guided them back. But Mick Collins was saying if Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong got stuck on the moon, he couldn't rescue them.
Yeah, that's right.
But at least he's honest.
Yeah.
There's so much secrets NASA keep from us, Michael.
Well, I don't know about that. There's just things we don't really need to know at the time. They're just trying to hold it all together, you know, and make it work.
Engineering's a fascinating thing.
Well, it's a heck of a thing, yeah.
It's like I was watching something on YouTube about a Chinese astronaut went to space, and he said he kept hearing this banging on the door.
Oh.
And a couple of crew members went up. They said they heard the same thing, couldn't figure it out.
Mm.
So this is stuff NASA don't talk about.
Oh, yeah. Well, there'll be an explanation, but it's just, when do they figure it out,
Yeah, what about, it's on Disney Plus, they talk about the first American in space as well.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was amazing technology for that time.
Oh, yeah, it was absolutely incredible. Get all that done.
We have SpaceX now with Elon Musk.
Mm.
He wants to send astronauts to Mars, and I hope he does, and I hope they return.
Well, that's the thing, they don't get stuck there and die a horrible death, a long way from home to die.
Mm. But space is always political because you had Russia and America in the space race. Always has to have politicians involved.
Well, now it's the billionaires,
Yeah.
But China's doing a lot of stuff as well, so.
I know. Quite fascinating.
Yeah, no, it's good to be able to watch it from afar, or from a different perspective anyway.
They've done experiments. I think Scott Kelly spent 1 year on the space station to see how long people are going to live on Mars.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, how long can they last? And it's got gravity, but it's not as strong as Earth. So when you come back to Earth, what's your body going to be like?
Quite possible there was life on Mars thousands of years ago, maybe.
Yeah, millions, I think. Yeah, but no, it seems pretty probable now. Yeah, with what they're discovering. Yeah. It's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting. Watching space programs and engineers failing over and over again.
Well, that's how you get things to work. You got to try all the experiments. This one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. So you do something different next time. You just keep doing it until something works. And then
like Elon Musk. He wants to use reusable rockets, so he wants, the rocket to actually land on a pad. So isn't it most of the time they can't use it again to save money? It costs so much money to go to space, Michael.
Oh yeah, huge amount. That's why you and I aren't doing
it. One day in the spirit world, maybe. I don't know. No, it's interesting. Engineering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's fascinating.
So what else are you watching? What's on your watch list?
I've been watching the Foundation series. Mm-hmm. It's a story by Isaac Asimov that he wrote starting way back in the 40s. He started writing the huge series, and they're doing it on TV, Apple TV. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Hey, they're filling in a lot of detail that Asimov never wrote, but his daughter's involved as one of the producers or executive producers. So it's sort of sanctioned by the family, as it were. But I think it's still good that all the basic ideas are there, and it's pretty good to see somebody else put it without trying to rush the story, because the story is so sort of grand and. Yeah. So another one I've been watching is called The Expanse. It's all about different Earth and Mars and the belters, people live in the asteroid belts, and all the politics and problems and wars and so on. Yeah. It's interesting seeing how they deal with it.
Yeah, no, it is. Space is a fascinating place.
Yeah. Well, and not really fit for humans.
Not many humans do make it, Michael. I mean, astronauts can train and never go.
No, that's true.
You get sick or something, they cancel your space flight, and you've trained 10 years of your life and you never get to get on the rocket, or, they abort the mission. Nice. Yeah. No guarantee.
No guarantee.
Yeah. So that's what I've been learning lately.
Oh, that's good.
You know, but it's funny. Like, did they ever go back to the moon after the first moon landing?
Oh, they did a few landings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Apollo 13, they got lost in space.
Well, they came back. They got back without anybody dying. I think they went up to about Apollo 17 or something. They did. I think maybe that might have been the last landing. Picked up a few rocks, brought them back, and then sort of run out of steam. Sort of like people stopped watching. People stopped getting up to the launch pad. It was like, oh, we've done all that. It's like, the newness of it's gone. We need something new now.
SpaceX. Look at SpaceX. They brought back the capsule, and it's bigger than the old one too.
Yeah, right. Well, the people want to. When it comes on the TV viewing screen, it starts to become entertainment, right? Rather than just a documentary. And so, unless things keep changing, people stop watching. So the public interest waned when all we were doing was going to pick up a couple more rocks. So they had to. It's been decades now. What a wasted time, as it were. Yeah.
Like Mick Collins said, there's no need for us to go to space.
There you go.
And he's an astronaut.
Well, it's sort of like, have a good look around. And but what else are we going to do, I mean, the prospect of actually making Mars habitable into something rather than having to, live in spacesuits forever is sort of, seems unlikely.
Well, you look at the design of SpaceX's suits; they're like you could like literally walk in them properly.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the idea, and make them more and more usable, and things will happen. Maybe in 500 or 1,000 years we'll be able to live on Mars, or it might take 10,000 years to make it habitable by whatever process. Who knows what we can achieve? But I don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime.
This Mars thing was going on before I was even born. Always talks of Mars.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the closest planet. We can, you can look up in the sky and you can see that it's a planet, and you can see its colour. It's pretty fascinating.
Well, Mick Collins is supporting it. The astronauts supported it. They want to go.
Well, yeah, people want to go, yeah.
But, I'd love to see a rocket launch live, a space launch in person. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, it would be cool, yeah.
But as I said, like, engineering's changed because they don't use the space shuttle. So Elon Musk has gone back, to the rocket and the capsule landing. But it's really cool. Like, he wants it to like a rocket to land on a pad on the middle of the ocean. That's amazing.
Well, you want to, pay all that money for the gear. You want to keep using it, don't you?
Yeah. So that's what I've been watching lately, Michael.
Oh, well, that's good. Hey. Oh, can you imagine if we had our musical instrument and we just played it for one concert and that was it? Done.
Yeah.
You have to buy a new instrument for the next concert.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Or you go in the vomit comet and play your musical instrument floating in space.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, so what else you doing this week?
A bit of teaching. I might try and put together a video or two this week, and I haven't had a chance for a while, so maybe do a short recording.
Mm-hmm. You still uploading to YouTube?
Yeah, well, it's been. I did something about a week and a half ago, so but I've got an idea, but it's just going to take an hour or two to put it together. So
why don't you just concentrate on the shorts? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know. A couple of them had a few thousand views, but I think that was just because the shorts were new. So But the ones I released after that were, back to my normal numbers. So I thought, well,
But that's good. It shows the algorithm. How long? Because I've found if my shorts go for a minute, they don't get the same views. If I do like 15 seconds, some of them got 1,000, even 500 they're pushing.
I released a couple that were like 15, 16 seconds. Yeah. But yeah, you got to, and I don't know. I mean, the things I want to release mostly require a little bit more time than that.
That's fine.
So, so it's just, it's a quick. I mean, my subscribers have gone up. But I don't know if it's a result of the shorts. I don't know. It's just other things, maybe. I mean, I did an online thing for the International Horn Society. Maybe that helped. I don't know. It's hard to know what's doing anything. You're still scratching the head. What have I done? What worked?
Yeah, niching down, it takes time. I'm still trying to niche down too.
Yeah. So, So, I mean, I've got to, but there's different things you try. But I just try things because I'm interested in them, really.
Do you ever get the odd troll comment?
Yeah, occasionally, yeah.
Me too. I got one this morning.
They're on YouTube or your website?
YouTube.
Okay. I've had a couple on YouTube. Mostly, I've had a few more on the website. They're not terrible, but they're just sort of completely nothing to do with.
Do you keep them or do you take them down?
I take them down.
Yeah, good on you. I do that for YouTube as well. You can actually you can go in your settings on YouTube and put a filter in, and you can write words like sub for sub, like for like. That filters it out.
No.
I don't know.
Well, I haven't had enough to worry about it yet, but I'll keep that in mind. It'd be good to know. They just look silly on the page, so it's better to take them down.
Or you can disable all comments if you don't want people commenting.
I quite like comments. Except I do a lot of my videos for kids, so there's no comments allowed, I don't think, But that's fine. I think that's whatever, And sometimes I just write for kids so that kids aren't afraid to look at them, or parents aren't afraid for the kids to look at them, and
I'm trying to get more people to comment on my videes.
All right,
nice comments. And slow, very slow.
I think that's the thing, this online concert I did the other day, and the composer said to me, I've had 169 views, not one comment. And I said, well, that's sort of normal. It's, even if you get 1,000 views, you're lucky to get 2 comments and 10 likes,
Numbers game.
There's some sort of normal ratio of likes to views that, it's pretty standard throughout, I think, Even the people who have millions of views, they might still have only, 10,000 likes,
That's pretty good.
So that's sort of normal, I think, It is. Probably only about 1% of people who view your stuff might push like, and 1% of those 1% might make a comment, That's about how it works. So I don't get too upset by that. But, so obviously it's nice to be able to respond to comments, and you can, if it's a like, you can't do anything other than keep doing what you're doing. But if somebody writes something, you can say, thanks for writing,
Exactly. Yeah, so what else you doing during December or Christmas? What do you got planned on?
Well, the crowd's asked me to play for some Christmas stuff, brass quintet, organ, So it's a tentative booking. I guess they're waiting to make sure there's no restrictions, but so there's a few gigs for the Christmas period, which is nice, Other than that, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, write some more music, and maybe try and get some sort of part-time job somewhere just to fill the gaps through January, Teaching doesn't kick in until February, and I don't get paid till April, so, It's good to get something going. Yeah.
Has it been hard on you financially, Michael, this pandemic?
Yeah, it hadn't been. I actually did a paper run.
Yeah. Oh.
But I took it on. I thought the kids might get involved, and they did for a bit. But then they went back to school, and they didn't have time. So I've just stopped it this last week. It's sort of quite a relief. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of work for not much money, but a good walk. But sort of all the walking was all concentrated on 2 mornings, and so. But it's maybe something else like that, just to bring in a few dollars. A couple of $100 a week would be nice.
Did you have to get up early?
Yeah, a little bit earlier than usual.
What time?
I was mostly just getting up at 7, but the last week I was up at 6 because there was so much rain. I just needed to get stuff done.
Yeah. Have you been getting out and about as well since the lockdowns ended?
A little bit, not too much. We went to the movies a couple of weeks ago. So people are getting out and about. I'll take my son to the movies this weekend and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go bushwalking on Thursday, depending on the weather. Went last week. I went before it rained, actually, in the morning.
All right. Well, that's a good idea. I think it'll be fine this week. So they're predicting. So it'd be nice out and about. Yeah. Now we got into town, into the city a couple of weekends ago. Celebrate a birthday at a restaurant. That was nice.
How's Sydney? Is it busy, packed, quiet?
Well, it was a Saturday evening, and there were a lot of people there.
A lot. I haven't been to Sydney since the pandemic.
No, well, I don't know about during work hours, but this was sort of 6 o'clock on a Saturday evening. There were a lot of people around.
Are you in Sydney or you away from the city?
I'm quite a bit out.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
Yeah, well, my partner's here, and so she and our kids are here. So half the time the kids, so that sort of suits us. But we're through the national park,
Sydney's too overpriced to rent.
Well, it's quite overpriced, and I don't know how people cope, frankly.
I'm over Sydney.
How far out are you?
Western Sydney, Bringelly, near Penrith Way.
Okay.
But that's where I am. And the housing prices in Sydney are just so expensive, Michael.
I know, it's outrageous. Yeah, I don't know how people cope. They're talking if there's like a modest rise in interest rates, people are going to get squashed very quickly,
Like there's a house in Stanmore, it's like $1 million just for like a square thing or something.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not paying that.
No, you're not. No.
Well, I went and saw a house in Campbelltown. I just dropped in, when the real estates do an open inspection, and it had mold on the carpet and on the wall, and they're selling the house.
No.
What?
Like as is, selling it as is.
Yeah, why do they do that? They don't care.
Well, they're just trying to make. Who knows? It might have, somebody might have just had to get out because they need to go somewhere, and they just didn't have time to fix it, or just cost money to fix. So, what do? If you're under financial stress yourself, you don't have. What are you going to do? You just say, "Here it is. Sell it for me, please." I need something. I don't know. Could be all sorts of reasons.
Anyway, that's my rant on real estate.
No worries.
How do you feel about the new Premier of New South Wales, Daniel Perrottet?
Well, I sort of miss Gladys, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. Who can say?
Yeah, the ICAC was cracking down on Gladys Berejiklian.
Well, it's got to do its job, and it just has to fulfil its function. So it does what it does. I'd like there to be one for the feds as well. Sort of ICAC. I think there's no harm in being a little bit scrutinised for those sorts of jobs, and they all, and in New South Wales and Victoria, they all know they're under scrutiny by ICAC or whatever they call it in Victoria, VCAC or something. So, you're under scrutiny, and you should be. It's public office, There's problems in being in public office, and complicated, and trying to get things through, and I can see there'd be all sorts of stresses from all sorts of angles, but that's what it's about.
Oh yeah, it's
you can't go in with any illusion that you can just do whatever the heck you feel like and pander to whatever faction or
well, that's what Clive Palmer tried to do whatever the hell he felt like. Where's Clive Palmer?
Yeah, well, he's up in Queensland.
So
welcome to him. They can have him.
I remember he went to court a couple of years ago. He's like, I haven't slept in 4 days. I was laughing at him.
Yeah, well, he's a problematic character. Yeah.
And I remember when Tony Abbott was getting elected against Kevin Rudd, and he was getting pissed off at the media. I was just laughing my head off about mining. I couldn't stop laughing. That Jackie Lambie had problems too.
Yeah, well, at least she tries to get a bit of public opinion if she's got something really important to vote on. She, puts up a survey and says, do you want to respond to my survey? Help me out, understand the issue. She's good like that.
Anyway, I've just applied for a grant through APRA as well, so I've just submitted some paperwork off. A lot of paperwork, but I've done it.
Yeah, a lot of paperwork. Yeah, which grant did you apply for?
It's one for the $10,000 music creator fund or something.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you get through.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And what about you? Next year, you got any concerts planned?
Brandenburg Orchestra. I got a couple of seasons with them.
Wow, Brandenburg Orchestra. We're in Sydney.
There's Sydney, Melbourne. I think even Brisbane. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah.
So, do you have to pay for your travel?
No, they pay for it.
So they fly you everywhere.
They fly you, put you up in a hotel or a service department or whatever.
Do you fly first class?
No.
Well, we want to fly first class.
No. It's only a short flight to Melbourne anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, pretty much stand.
Stand all the way, exactly. No,
it's or you could take a cruise ship.
Yeah, no.
I'd rather take the cruise, mate.
I don't know. No. Good luck to the cruise ships.
How often do you get called up to play with these amazing orchestras?
Well, I usually get 1 or 2 gigs a year with Brandenburg, other than the last couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it just depends on their programming. So the string and woodwind get most of them, and trumpets probably get more than horns. But just depends on what sort of thing they're wanting to play.
Mm. Yeah. What are they playing?
I think I'm in the Mozart clarinet concerto. Mm-hmm. There's 2 horns on that. So that's on one of them, and the other one I'm not sure what's on the other program. I haven't looked it up properly yet. Yeah. I think there's some some foray.
Yeah.
They're going beyond the sort of normal, 18th century fare for them, but they like to branch out now and again. I remember doing the Ravel Pavan on period instruments, a couple of years back. That was really nice to do. So we'll see.
Do you get bored of playing the Mozart clarinet concerto?
Well, I haven't had to do it that often recently. Let's say that. I haven't. I mean, when I was in Queensland, we would do it from every, 3 years or something. But I haven't played in it for a number of years now. Oh, maybe 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
since I've last done it. So yeah, that's not off enough to get tired of. No.
Yeah, I remember I for a recital when I was at AIM, it was a hot day, right? And I had Aaron Copeland's clarinet concerto, the first movement.
Mm-hmm.
Some reason, Michael, I tanked out. I just gassed.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucked it up bad. And it was embarrassing.
Yeah, I know.
Because the week before I was able to do it, and I don't know, I went up to a 3.5 read. I don't know, the weather was hot. Disaster.
Yeah, all sorts of conditions get in the way. Yeah.
Have you ever had those days where you just, had a disaster?
Yeah, humiliation is not a stranger to me. Yeah.
It happens. And then anyway, the next piece was Brahms's clarinet concerto. I think it was the second or third movement. That went well. And then Weber's clarinet concerto, the last movement, I was able to pull it off. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's not an easy work, the Copeland.
No, that's the thing. Yeah. But, we struggle on. Sometimes it comes together and it's really satisfying. And
I thought I was going to fail, actually.
A different story came out. There you go.
Anyway, my piano accompanist was trying not to laugh at the time, and I was like, "Oh no, I've mucked this up."
Well, but here you are, alive to tell the tale. Right.
Imagine that happened with the Sydney Symphony.
Well, it doesn't tend to.
I mean, this was a one-off thing.
Yeah, they tend to be, people who are there have, either done it 100 times or they're prepared so that, 990 times out of 1,000 it goes well. So when it comes to a public performance, the chances of failure are quite low.
That happens as well. No, but I want to... Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Yeah, I want to say thanks for coming on the show today, Michael.
Yeah, my pleasure. It was good to chat.
Any gigs coming up that the audience can know about next year or what?
Well, if they can check out my latest instrumental. It's called 5 and 7. It's on, everywhere that you stream. It's there.
Nice.
It's a nice piece. Fun, playful, enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah, and if you're looking for YouTube keyword research, I use Morningfame, Michael. Makes YouTube much easier for me too. We'll leave a link in the description as well. I'll send it to you. I got my music on Bandcamp, and so check it out as well. And any of the audience, if you can support us on Bandcamp by purchasing our music, that would be wonderful.
Fantastic.
All right.
Thanks so much, Stephen.